Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a lot of videos, as I've mentioned before. I'm gonna look the same, gonna have the same hair, which is like just throw in a ponytail. Makeup. What's on my lips? Nothing on my nails. And yeah, playoff season. I'm biting I'm like getting like, I can't help myself. Anyway, so what's on my lips on the base is a studded kiss lipstick in the color Lovecraft, which is a sample size that I received. Is Kat Von D. And the only reason why I can wear this, because this dries my lips out completely, as I've said in many of my videos, is I top it with, I am topping it right now with Buxom's full-on lip polish in Dolly. And Dolly does come in a polish and a, oh no, this is a full-on lip cream. This is the cream and there is a polish, and the only difference is the color is identical, that this one doesn't have the glitter in it, whereas the polish does. So there we go. All right, you guys, I wanted to do a melt review of Rosemary Mint, but not just any ordinary melt review of Rosemary Mint. I really wanted to share with you 4 different companies' version of Rosemary Mint, and there's different twists, and they are slightly, you know, obviously they're from different companies, they are going to have a different scent. And so I will share with you right now. I will see if I can open this. I should have opened this off camera, sorry. I have 4 companies. One is a Canadian company, which her website is closed right now, but just because she's getting her orders out, and then she'll open up again, probably close for most of the summer, and then be open up again in the fall. And I'll link all of the information down below. But this is Rosemary Mint from Make Sense Candles. This is the Canadian company, and of course that's when I received it, which was May 9th. And I got these like the small bag, I think is 6 to 7 ounces or 5 to 6 ounces. And so I melted a whole cube of one of these. So this is her Rosemary Mint. They all have different designs on them. So there's this particular Rosemary Mint from Make Sense Candle Company. Then I also have the Rosemary Mint from the company Sugar and Spice Gourmet Soy Candles. My friend Sarah and I went together on an order, and this is the one I bought. I specifically purchased this because I really felt like I wanted to start doing some of these reviews. There's gonna be a lot more melt reviews, like warm reviews, as I'm kind of really slowing down on my purchasing because it is summer and I have enough. So I really am trying to pair up, match scents, share with you my thoughts and opinions. And then I have Tiffany Candles, Rosemary Mint. Also went together with my friend Sarah on that order. And on the order, I picked this particular pack up when I ordered for the first time from Super Tarts on my own. And it's Sheldon in the, it's like the Big Bang collection. Sheldon in Spearmint and Rosemary Mint. Okay. So, to be fair with this particular, with the whole melting process and how I wanted to do this, I melted all of these scents. I will tell you how long they lasted, the throw on them, that kind of thing. But I also, to be fair, I used them in the exact same wax melter as for all 4 of these ones I'm mentioning. So it is a hot plate, and so it's not, there's no wattage on it. It's on right over my shoulder here, but it's a hot plate where you can remove it and put a candle on top of it. So it's an electric hot plate. So to be fair, I kept them in the same location, melted in the same place, because I wanted to give you guys a fair rundown on everything. So I don't know how long this video will be. I don't imagine it'll be too long, but I wanted to share with you guys the 4 different companies' versions of Rosemary Mint. And I'll share with you my favorites and my least favorites and the reasons why. So the very first one that I tried was Sheldon from Super Tarts. And the warmer I speak of, again, it's on, otherwise I bring it. It's quite large. It's a fairly wide warmer, like the whole plate itself is quite large, but 2 cubes was what I put in there. And so again, Super Tarts describes this as Spearmint and Rosemary Mint. So Rosemary Mint is kind of the theme here. I've only used the 2 right now. So this one was awesome. This one, I mean, even just sniffing it here, is so strong. You guys know Super Tarts probably my #1 for throw. I hesitated to say that they are probably my favorite company for a lot of reasons, but a lot of it is to do with, although it's very expensive for us Canadians to order because the shipping alone is expensive, and then the customs that you might have to pay. But Less is more with Super Tarts. You really don't need a lot with this company in almost anything I've tried from them. So if that being said, if I take that into account, it's okay. So this one was fantastic. The throw on cold is very amazing. And you definitely get that spearmint and then rosemary mint on the side, like in the backdrop. And when I melted this on the melter, it lasted 2 days, 2 full days. Obviously when I was at work, I turned it off, but days and evenings kind of thing. When I was home, I actually had to turn it off so I could do reviews of the other ones. Just to show you guys that this is so strong. It's actually, I know it's that Super Tarts has a collection for like Snot You Not or whatever it is. Like it's all scents that help you breathe. If you guys want or need help with your nose, like if allergies or cold or something, this is fabulous. I really enjoyed this. Very strong, very, very strong. And the nice thing about Super Tarts, the website, is that there always is stuff there. There's no Hunger Games unless you do BAM bags and things like that, but generally it's not too bad. It's not as bad as some companies. That's another thing I like about Super Tarts. You can go on there, you can punch in their search if you want rosemary or you want spearmint. You just punch in the search engine spearmint and it'll list all of the ones that they have and they'll immediately tell you which ones are out of stock. So don't even click on them or put them on your wish list or whatever you want. So I really, really like this one. I thought this was fantastic. It threw really, really well. A great one if you're sick. I think this is a great bedtime one as well. I just feel it kind of just opens your nose up a bit. It's fantastic. Okay, the second one I melted, which was from Sugar and Spice Gourmet Soy Candles. And my friend Sarah and I, we went together on this order from this company. And this is the first wax melt from this company that I've actually melted. So as compared, this is definitely spearminty rosemary mint. So this is like hair care with like rosemary mint with a little more spearmint in it. And this is actually very reminiscent on cold to the Aveda Rosemary Mint Shampoo and Conditioner, which I used to absolutely love. It just dried my hair out a bit too much once I started bleaching it on the bottom. But I love that smell. But unfortunately, putting it in the same melter that I did the Super Tarts, I used the whole tart because again, that dish is huge. I got no throw. It's a shame because it still smells so good on cold. It almost a little more minty, like a winter mint spearmint. Maybe a little spearminty rosemary mint. I don't know what. Anyway, ugh. What I'm trying to say is I wish that it smelled as good warmed and melted as it did on cold when I actually picked it up, and I can smell it in the jar right now. So I'm not a big fan. I'm hoping her other scents, and I mean, this has had more time to cure. I mean, my friend Sarah had this for a couple weeks before because we were gathering my box and getting it like ready and filling it up. So I didn't get it until April 27th, but I'm pretty sure this order came in like at the beginning of April. So it's had plenty of time to cure as we're almost into June. So I'm disappointed to say that, and I'm really hoping this isn't the case for the rest of my melts, but Sugar and Spice Gourmet Soy Candles in Rosemary Mint left me saddened because the throw was like a 2, whereas the Super Tarts was a 10 for throw. Scent Appeal on cold was wonderful, like it's like an 8.5, 9, but it gave me nothing when melted, so therefore it went down to like almost nothing. So anyway. The next one in the lineup of Rosemary Mint is by Tiffany Candles. This is the next one I melted. Again, melted in the same place, same big dish, dumped the whole thing in here. And this I also went together with my friend Sarah, so she actually wrote down on here that she received it on the 17th day of April. So it's like a month and a half into it, and I melted it. So the big difference here is I feel that those first 2 that I just shared with you guys is definitely hair care, rosemary mint, Aveda, spa, that kind of thing. This one is a rosemary mint on cold and warmed, like a body mist, like a Bath and Body Works body mist. It's a light sugar, like a sweeter version of a rosemary mint versus more of not astringent, but more pungent rosemary mint. Rawr. This is more like a sweet and like happy rosemary mint, if this makes sense. And I'm probably making a fool of myself. Anyway, whatever. I don't care. So rosemary mint from Tiffany Candles, it is definitely sweeter. So if you don't want too much in the spearmint or the mint side of things, this is definitely a lighter body care. It's like the first thing I thought of. I'm like, how would I verbalize this to be different? This is more of a body mist body care sprayer from Bath and Body Works. Was the other two, at least on cold, because we all know this one didn't give me much throat. But on cold, these two here were definitely hair care Aveda type. This one is definitely more of a body spray, Bath and Body Works, light mist, fruity, sweet rosemary mint. Oh yeah, and then this one, it threw okay. So scent appeal, I actually preferred the Sheldon version on cold than this one. So I would have to say the scent appeal on this one for me is about a 7. I was actually really disappointed when I opened it up. I was like, it's not as strong as I imagined it, but it did better. It did better than what is it again? Sugar and Spice Gourmet Soy Candles version of rosemary mint. So I would actually give this for throw. This would be about a 6.5. Again, I put them all in the same dish, melted them. This one I ended up turning off. Okay, like I said, this one lasted 2 days. Was unbelievable. This one I ended up turning off after 6 or 7 hours because I was getting no throw from it at all. This one went for a full day, like a day off of work, a full on day, like 10 hours. And it did really, really well. Like, about a 7.5 on throw. But it didn't last as long as the Sheldon did that I've mentioned many times. So there we go. And lastly, the Canadian company, their version, this is from Make Sense Candles, and their version of rosemary mint is actually what I've got going on my hot plate right now and has been going all day. So I'm less excited about this one. Not that it has a soapy scent to it, but if you walk into a store that has soaps for sale and they have a rosemary mint one, this is what it's almost like Vicks Vapor Rub mint and the rosemary. So I'm not as big a fan. I don't hate it. I'm just not as big a fan of this particular, whatever they're using for mint. I find that it's definitely like Vicks Vapor Rub or Tiger Balm. I was an athlete, used a heck of a lot of Tiger Balm on my shoulders and things like that. So I like it. Do I wish I got a small bag of it? No, I guess I assumed I would like the rosemary mint, and I don't hate it. But what I will say, okay, it's very strong on cold. Scent appeal on cold, again, because of that Tiger Balm scent to it. There's not as much rosemary, which I was kind of hoping for. I give it only a 6 on scent appeal on cold. Melting, however, I would jack it up to about a 7. It's doing really well. The scent throw was great. It's been going on, what time is it? It's been going on my hot plate now for about 5 hours since I got up this morning. It's quite nice. I might reserve this for a time where I'm sick, similar to the Sheldon, that kind of thing. But this will probably take me longer to go through because I'm not as fanatical about this particular blend. So, which is too bad. But there are many people out there that if you like, don't get me wrong, I love Tiger Balm. I guess this was the last package of rosemary mint that I received. So at first one, I've had this for a while, smelt it, loved it. The next 2 things that came in together was the rosemary mint from Sugar and Spice, and then Tiffany Candles. And they were pretty decent on cold, and so I was expecting this to be like that. And every vendor is going to use different oils, and some use very similar or exact same oils. This is definitely different. Yeah, I kind of wish I only got a couple tarts in it, but it's okay. I do understand that I don't know what I was going to say. But anyway, that's my rundown on it. So my least favorite because of the throw was rosemary mint type. by Sugar and Spice Gourmet Soy Candles. It gave me nothing. It gave me absolutely nothing. And then I'd say the Rosemary Mint here from Make Sense Candle Company, just because of its more astringent scent. Again, like I'm a puppeteer apparently. More astringent, such as a Tiger Balm, that kind of note. Definitely like opens your nose. It would be a great one if I have a cold, head cold. I will be reaching for that. So I just think I should have gotten it in a smaller version. And then I'd say the Rosemary Mint from Tiffany Candles, because it was different. It was a sweeter version of Rosemary Mint, and the throw was decent for a fairly good length of time. So I have to give kudos to that. And it was actually, I think it was my first Tiffany Candles. I'm trying to think. In this order that I got from Sarah, it was the first Tiffany Candles that I've melted. You'll start to see a little bit more coming up shortly. But then I'd say that one was my second favorite, and my absolute favorite, my repurchase. And again, if I know Super Tarts has a collection that is like Snot You Not or what, I don't know, that is all to do with some sort of eucalyptus or whatever, this Sheldon Super Tart should be on there too, because the spearmint, rosemary, and mint is fabulous. And it is definitely like, you can just feel the coolness in, like, it's the spearmint. You can just feel it. Oh, it is just, it's awesome. And in fact, while my company is here, I'm going to place this out there in the evening before we all go to bed, sort of like freshen your nose, freshen your nose. But I highly recommend Sheldon. I will always repurchase from Super Tarts. I feel that they're very accessible. They're just really expensive for us Canadians. So for me to make it worth my while, I actually have to place a fairly hefty order, which is very expensive. So it's one big shot, shot in the arm, right? But I 100% recommend Sheldon. It's in the Big Bang, or I don't remember what it's called, but like the Big Bang collection. It's got like Bernadette, Penny, you know, all the characters there. 100%. This is fabulous. So you guys, I just wanted to share this with you. It turned out to be a fairly long video. My apologies. But yeah, that's the rundown of rosemary mints that I've tried in the last week. So I really wanted to share that with you all. And I hope you like these styles of videos. I have been wondering if, I don't know if I should post, I don't know. I might as well say it now. I'm like blah out loud. I understand there's a lot of reviewers, and I kind of like their idea of doing a weekly wind up of what you've melted, and rather than the end of the month. The reason being is that I don't get the opportunity to really, when I do the whole month, to really sit down and talk to you about the throws individually and things like that. Whereas in a week, you know, outside of the Throwback Thursday, obviously I can't do that one in that video because we have a proper place for it to be shown. But yeah, I'm just wondering, what do you guys think? Please put your comments down below if you guys think that rather than doing my monthly roundup wax empties, or what I've been burning empties, if you would rather me doing it on the weekly, let me know. I don't know what day that will be. I can't commit to a lot. Again, being a volunteer firefighter, I have no idea when I'm here or there or anywhere. But I can definitely try. We already have one thing etched in stone, and that's Throwback Thursdays. So you guys let me know down below, whether it's comments or thumbs up, if you guys believe that you might want to see a video of a weekly wrap up of wax melts or what I've been melting, because candles are part of it too. So as always, you guys, be safe and have fun.